what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. It's been a little bit of a while since we've been at the home base of Raiti's Rides to do a virtual unveil, but here we are, very close to the September edition of the 2022 Detroit Auto Show. And guess what? One of the big three from Detroit has some news for one of their smallest vehicles. Yes, it's Ford, and we are here talking about the mighty Maverick. It's been a hot seller, but guess what? There's a new trim. So without further ado, let me show you all the details on the 2023 Ford Maverick Tremor. And there it is. Like we brought to you already, we did the hybrid version, we did the EcoBoost powered version. Now Ford is deciding to take some of that magic that they brought to the F-250, the F-150, and the Ranger, and now we're in the smallest truck in their lineup. Remember, this is a compact size truck. Main competition is the Hyundai Santa Cruz, but I think with this package, it's really gunning for more of those mid-sized vehicles. So what do we got going on here? You can get a Tremor package on an XLT or a Lariat trim. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, can I get my hybrid off-road capability here? No. It's only available with the 2-liter EcoBoost, and I think that's important. I think that's good that they did that because you want to have that low-down grunt and the overall power of the EcoBoost to get you through the mud, the dirt, and the off-road terrain. Now, if you're scratching your head, like I think like some of you are, and saying to yourself, this truck doesn't need an off-road package. Well, what Ford is thinking is that those of you who want to go maybe take your dirt bike, your motocross dirt bike, and you got to get to a location to really go let her rip and have some fun away from everybody else, this is going to be that truck to bring you a little bit closer to those off-road paths where maybe you might get stuck with a standard Maverick. Now, the Maverick's been a hot seller. They've been selling like hotcakes. They actually told people, listen, unless you want a base one, hold off for 2023. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, I've been waiting for a Maverick. When can I order this? So the order books will open up in September when obviously we're going to start to see production increase for this 2023 model year and the production lines all open up. Now, here's the details. Here's the nitty gritty, the 411 on this truck. So what you're getting is a 1-inch lift. So if you're looking at this Maverick and you're saying to yourself, man, it looks a little higher, guess what? It's not your eyes that are bad. You're fine. There's no problem with your eyes. It actually is higher. It's 1 inch higher. It's got a specially tuned, engineered, and computerized trail control system. So that's going to help with the all-wheel drive capability of this. And remember, the Tremor is building upon the FX4 package, which is that traditional off-road package from Ford, but Tremor takes it to another level. We're looking at off-road tuned suspension, both at the front end of the business and the tail end of the business, and we have an advanced all-wheel drive system that actually has 4-wheel lock capability. Now, if you're wondering, well, what about aesthetics? You'll notice that you're going to have the blacked out Ford badging, which I think is a very, very nice touch. You're going to have some different headlights and tail lamps to kind of complete that overall look. And then on top of that, you got the Tremor orange trim. Not only the Tremor badging on the actual bed of the truck, but also you'll notice the grill. That grill is specific to the Tremor. And it's got the orange. That's Tremor orange. You're also going to get forward-facing tow hooks. So at the front of the business, you got tow hooks to pull those trucks out. If anybody is on the trail and you see them stuck, you could help them out. We could see in this video here how they really are gearing this perfect for that person, especially, like I said, for a motocrosser, somebody that needs to go a little bit beyond the beaten path. This Ford is saying is going to bring you there. You're going to have unique wheels. And on top of that, you have the updated fender vents. And, of course, we're going to have some beefed up stuff underneath the sheet metal. So you're going to have a transmission cooler, you're going to have beefed up half shafts, and if we already talk about the EcoBoost, what are we looking at power-wise? 250 horsepower, because remember, you could get the EcoBoost now on a standard Maverick. 250 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. It's actually quite peppy with that 8-speed automatic, 0 to 60 in about 6.9 seconds. MPGs on the EcoBoost is 22 in the city and 29 on the highway. And then towing is where it comes up a little short, especially compared to the Santa Cruz. You're looking at only 2,000 pounds towing capacity and 1,500 pounds payload capacity. And remember, that bed is a 4.5-foot bed. Ford says by bringing down the tailgate, then that brings it up to around 6 feet. Looking at the interior, of course, just like on the exterior, we have some specific Tremor touches. I like the way they did the embroidery on the backs of the seats, the orange stitching. You got that 8-inch infotainment system, the digital display in the center of your analog gauges. I just probably would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the orange trim on the interior, especially the way they did with the wheels. Really kind of cool how they did the wheels with bringing some of the orange. And then what you'll notice in this next little bit of B-roll that Ford provided to us is there's the Tremor family. So it all started with the F-250. I remember when that first came out. Then obviously the F-150, the Ranger, and now the smaller Maverick. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what about pricing? Because obviously, if I'm going Maverick over a Ranger, price point is a big, big thing. So what they're saying for the Tremor package, you're looking at $3,000. It's $2,995. So let's just round it up, $3,000 for the package. And then there's also an appearance package that you could put on top of that. Some special graphics, some special extra touches. That's an additional $1,500. So if you want the whole big bang, you're basically looking at $4,500 if you want both the Tremor package and the appearance package. If you just want the Tremor package, because you could just do that without the graphics, then you're looking at $3,000. But I think it was smart for Ford to go this route with their smallest truck, like they showed you, and like I said, bringing it into that whole lineup. We've already talked about all the great places within the truck that storage-wise, it actually has more storage than I think a Ranger, especially for the Twinkies, because you could put at least 6 Twinkies in the main center holder in the center console, but then there's also all those other nooks and crannies, plus the back seat. It's crazy what they've done with this platform. The back seat feels more spacious, at least from a sitting standpoint, compared to, say, the Ranger or maybe a Toyota Tacoma. I love this B-roll that they brought to really show that all-wheel drive system doing its thing. Remember, you have that 4-wheel lock capacity, and those are 17-inch wheels. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the wheels? 17-inch wheels. Obviously, we will have more information on the exact tuning of the suspension and everything, but I think I would have liked to have seen maybe a 2-inch lift. I think that would have just gave the truck a little bit more of a unique, aggressive look, especially if this is something that's meant to be more off-road capable. But if you notice how rutted up this area is where they're swinging the Tremor, the Maverick Tremor around, it's doing a pretty good job working through all those ruts and whatnot. So I really think that this is going to be that truck that opens up the door for a lot of people to get into a truck that maybe want more of a SUV driving experience, but have the versatility of the truck. Still, they have that antenna on the roof. I wish they would get rid of that rubber antenna. So that definitely is a zonk. And I would, like I said earlier, I would like to see a little bit more towing capacity out of this EcoBoost engine. Remember, payload is 1,500 pounds, towing is 2,000 pounds. But if you compare it to the other compact truck in this segment, which is that it's like a Tucson El Camino, that has a higher towing capability. But looks wise, this has the style of being that truck. The name Maverick, yes, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, it was an actual car from Ford in the 1970s. Now we see it on this truck. I guess the only question is, do you have goose? Is there a goose in your life to ride around in this Maverick? Love the way they're showing with the ATV, because there's no way that even Goose or Maverick could get that ATV into the bed of that truck of the Maverick. But with the trailer, it makes it all possible. But I'm glad that you were here, and I'm glad that I could bring you this information, all thanks to our friends at Ford, Gian and Rhonda, and all the rest of the great people there. But let me know what you think about this Maverick. Put it into the comment section. I'm dying to know what you have to say about it. I know Lori is as well. She's going to read through all the comments tonight. So make sure you post those comments. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Got to give it up to Lori, working the camera like a champ. It's on a tripod, but you know what? She set up this whole environment. She actually set up my whole world. So thank you, Lori, for doing that for me and being big part of my world. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.